In the late 1950s, many stories of ghostly visits began to emerge in the area surrounding Main Street in Niagara Falls. Today, these sightings continue to occur at a local restaurant.
In 1862, Mary A. Laughlin was born, and that's who we assume the ghost is Mary.
Mary A. Laughlin met a very prominent man named Anthony J. Walker, and they married each other.
One night it was really cold and nasty out, and we had a chance to get out relatively early, like 12:30, 1 o'clock on this Saturday night. It was a real quiet night, and the bus girls were down cleaning up. So I went down to see what was taking them so long to clean up, and just in passing I had mentioned to one of the bus girls if they had ever seen the ghost that was in the building, and the minute I said that, all the lights just started flickering off and on, and they proceeded to get really scared and ran out of the restaurant and left me there by myself because their mother was waiting outside. And then I wouldn't go down and punch out. My boss had to come in and walk me downstairs to punch out because I was afraid.
In 1888, Anthony J. Walker and his brother opened up the laundry business on Main Street called Walker's Laundry.
In 1916, because the laundry business had been extremely successful, the Walker family, being Anthony and Mary, were able to afford a $26,000 Victorian house located next to the laundry business. When the restaurants started taking over this old house, they connected the house and the laundry business together, and the place where she's seen most often in the bookkeeping room is actually where the bookkeeper's room was in the business. So maybe she's perhaps envious of the bookkeeper and wanted maybe to be that person. She never got that chance.
It was during the holidays. I want to say it was Christmas. I was here at the date. It was rather late, 12:30, 1 o'clock, to where most people were already gone. I think we were the two patrons here, and the bartender, barmaid, and somebody cleaning up the kitchen. After having a margarita, it's time to go to the bathroom, so I get up actually I was sitting right in this chair. I get up from this chair, I walk around and walk down the stairs and go towards the men's room. And to the right of the men's room is another small room. I don't know what they keep in there, but there's a room there that the waitresses and that work out of. And through that window, I saw an old woman in there, about 75 to 80 years old, dressed in olive green drab, had her hair pulled back into a bun, okay, and she's just standing there very patient. As I walked by, I was inhaling to say, have a good holiday, from me to you, okay, and she just disappeared, she just vanished. I went, did my business, I came back, asked the bartender, how many margaritas did I have, and he says, only one, and he knew I was upset over something or just wasn't quite right. So he asked me, he said, what happened to you? So I told him the story, and he didn't say anything. He just kind of went about his business, but the barmaid says, you saw her. I go, I saw who? I don't know who I saw. He says, you saw the ghost.
There's a very interesting story that leads up to perhaps why she's here or why something might be here. And there's so many stories, and they all, when I started hearing the stories, it made me more curious. And it just happens that all these stories link up to the research that we found, and they're all true.
I went upstairs. That's when the restrooms were upstairs, take a leak or whatever it was. And when I got up there, like, the funny part about it was, like, I couldn't figure out because the ladies' room was at the top of the stairs where the liquor room is now, and the men's room was around the corner past the office. And when I went up, this person was coming by me towards the ladies' room. And it was good. I go, oh, hey, sorry, I almost bumped into her, and then she went in there. I took the proverbial leak, came downstairs. It was about 2:45. We're sitting there. And we sat there about a little after 3. They said it'd be 1979, 1980. And I said to Fritz Krogan, I goes, what'd she fall in? Thinking it was his girlfriend, Diane. He goes, what do you mean? I says, well, I saw her upstairs. And he goes, she left about 11:30, 12. I goes, well, who the hell's up there? And he looked at me and goes, I said, no, I just walked by this girl. She went in. excuse me, I got that, and went into the ladies' room, top of the stairs, the liquor room now. So we went up looking, looked around, everything, there was nobody, and nobody could possibly get out of the restaurant because we had, you locked the door and everything like that. He goes, yeah, have another drink.
In 1926, Anthony's estate was finally settled. It took 5 years for the estate to be settled. He left a lot of money to employees of the business. He left Margaret Hayes, the bookkeeper, the business.
As well as a house lot in Ontario. He left Clara Jackson a house lot on the island of LaSalle. He left St. Mary's Hospital $4,000.
And he left his wife $1.